Welcome back to another JS Collect video, and today we are taking a look at the Build-A-Figure for the Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Wave 1. And here we have Armored Thanos from Avengers Endgame, or Infinity War, because he does wear this armor in the opening of Infinity War, but he has the gauntlet, but in Endgame, he doesn't have the Infinity Gauntlet, yeah, I guess it can be from either movie. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you all him standing here right here before we take a look at the character. There's no packaging we gotta look at, or have to see how he's in the plastic tray. So without further ado, let's take a look at Armored Thanos. Alright, so taking a look at Thanos, starting with the head sculpt here, you can see his head underneath, and he is grimacing right there. You can see his teeth. I don't like that. If y'all don't know, I prefer to have a neutral face. I don't mind if we get other expressions, but I always prefer to have one neutral face so you can switch out, because he's always going to be in this facial expression, pose, and everything. That's just my one little thing. Let me know if that bothers you as well, or if it doesn't. So anyway, we got that. But then he also has his gold helmet he wears in the opening of Infinity War, I believe, and I think in Endgame as well. So you have that. Now taking a look at the body here, he has this gold chest piece and like gold shoulder pads. It's kind of like two layers on top, it feels like. But you have that, and the chest piece kind of goes all the way down here through his chest and whatnot, and his stomach. And turns to the side, you do get a little of that gray underneath suit, I think. Just a little, actually maybe you don't. I can't tell actually. Never mind, I take that back. But speaking of that gray little suit, you do have part of it right here. It has some gold, like a little line trimming throughout it, and designs right there. And you got this piece right here, again, same kind of goldish designs, and on the back here, and then on this side right here, if I can move his arm up like so, got that right there. But anyway, that's a look at the chest and everything. Taking a look at the back of the body and everything, we get this gold design right here. We get the like kindish grayish color like shirt he has underneath, I believe, right there, and then got some of that color right here as well. So yeah, you got all that. Taking a look at the rest of the arms and I guess body and everything. He is wearing the Infinity Gauntlet, which doesn't make sense if this is from Endgame, because he never has the Infinity Gauntlet in the scene when he's wearing this armor. Again, he does have this in the opening of Infinity War, but he doesn't have all the stones. But this gauntlet does have all the stones, and it's kind of like a copperish gold right there, but not quite sure how well it turns out on camera. But you do have the Mind Stone and all of the other stones shown right there, with some little line details throughout the gauntlet. So you have that. And then right here, you got a little showing of his skin right there, with the purple between the gauntlet and this gold piece that goes up the rest of his arm right there. And for this side, you have that same little goldish design and armor for his upper arm piece right there. But you have this like brownish, grayish color clip-on piece for his arm with some gold little designs throughout it. But then you have his like purple arm right here. So you have that, and you got his hand that can hold the sword or the blades, which we'll take a look at in one moment. And now moving to the legs down here, they're basically all one color almost. You got gold right here for the thighs, and once you come to the knee pads, it's gold on the outside, but it has a little gray, little oval or circle right there in the middle, and then it's gold for the rest of the boots and everything. So turning to the side here, it starts off gold, and then right here it turns to gray once again. You got gold right there for the rest of the leg, and it's going to be gold all the way at the back of the legs right there. And then for this side, once again, it's gold right here, and then turns gray, and then turns gold once more for the rest of the legs and everything. So, yeah, that's a look at Armored Thanos. Overall, I actually quite like how this guy turned out. The only thing I really don't like is the head, and that's only because it just has a grimacing face that's always going to be there. And so, yeah, that's a look at that. Let's now take a look at the sword, and then we'll take a look at articulation. So here we have the blade. It's basically one color, just gray. They did update this for the Infinity Saga 2-pack with Iron Man. So I guess this is maybe the wrong design and everything. It's probably based off concept art. So you have that. Yeah, it's just basically the same piece on each end, just kind of flip-flopped. And so yeah, over time it has gotten a bit harder for him to hold this, but he's still able to hold it, so that's good and everything. But that's a look at the blade. Let's now take a look at articulation. Okay, so taking a look at articulation, you can turn his head around 360 degrees like so. You can bend it down that far. You can bend it up that far, so pretty good motion there. You can go side to side, which makes sense. You can turn his arm around 360 degrees like so. You can pull out that far. You can bend it in that far, so that's all it can go, I think. It does twist the whole, basically, arm joint. Oh, it did splits on accident. Actually, can you twist the gauntlet? You can't. Okay, never mind. I thought it was another little, movement there. He doesn't really have wrist articulation for the gauntlet hand. So you have that. And then for this arm, you can turn around 360 degrees like so. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. I mean, I was able to get it, but it was just kind of hard, so 50-50. Anyway, you can pull his arm out that far. You can bend in the elbow like so. Twist at the hand. And again, no real wrist articulation there. So you have that. Moving his body around. Nope, you can't twist at the waist. Never mind. He does bend at the ab crunch like so. You can bend that far back. So pretty good there. Forgive the squeakiness. He is a bit old. Can kick up that far. Can bend the foot in or bend the leg down like so. Can bend his foot down that far. You can bend it forward that far. And it does go side to side a little bit. It does twist up the whole leg joint because he is a Build-A-Figure, although maybe not because it just popped off. Now I think that you can't because of that piece right here. If I take that off, this actually probably hinders it from going all the way around. So just side note that. There we go. And then for this leg, it should be the same. You can kick up that far, bend in like so, bend the foot a little bit, and then bend it up that far, and it goes side to side. And then you can twist it to side before it pops off and everything. So, yeah, that's a look at articulation for this guy. Let me get in a pose with the blade, and we'll take a look at the outro and my final thoughts. Well, there you go. That is my review of Armor Thanos from Avengers Endgame. Overall, I actually quite like how this turned out. The only thing I don't like is that his face is always going to be that facial expression with him grimacing. But besides that, I think it turned out really well. And of course, they did update the blade and the 2-pack. But, yeah. So with that, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What you thought of the video. So with that, I hope you all have a good rest of your day. And I'll catch y'all next one. Take care.